The morning air was cool as sunlight kissed the earth. Siddhartha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, radiant and calm. Disciples gathered close, their hearts eager for wisdom and solace. Among them was Ananda, his face heavy with despair. "Master," Ananda began, voice trembling with emotion, "I feel so isolated, distant from everything, even within this group." Siddhartha turned to him, his gaze steady, a wellspring of compassion in his dark, knowing eyes. "Ananda," Siddhartha said softly, "bring me a flower from the garden, any flower that calls to you." Ananda rose hesitantly, steps slow and uncertain as he sought the perfect bloom. He returned moments later, a jasmine flower held delicately in his hands. Siddhartha studied the jasmine flower, its petals fragile yet vibrant with life. His fingers lightly traced its contours. "What do you see, Ananda?" Siddhartha asked, his voice as gentle as the breeze. "A flower, Master," Ananda replied, uncertain, beautiful and whole, standing apart from all else around it. Siddhartha nodded thoughtfully before continuing. "Do you see its roots buried deep within the soil, drawing nourishment and strength from unseen depths?" Siddhartha asked. Ananda shook his head. "No, Master, but I know they are there, hidden beneath the earth. Do you see the rain that fed this flower? The clouds that carried the rain to this place?" Siddhartha's tone was measured and clear. The Buddha's voice resonated like a flowing stream, filling the disciples' hearts with newfound hope and gentle reassurance. "The path to intention begins with quiet reflection, seeking not answers but the silent truth hidden within your deepest doubts," he said. Ananda gazed at the flower, realization dawning slowly. "No, Master, but without the sun, surely it could not survive." Siddhartha smiled, his voice rich with conviction. "Ananda, all these forces, though unseen, exist within this flower. They are part of its being." Ananda looked intently at the jasmine, his fingers trembling as he held it. "In that clarity," he said, "you will see the truth and hear the silence that has always been there." A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, punctuating his words, as if the forest itself bore witness to his teaching. "The winds that caress your cheek have touched the mountains and the valleys," Siddhartha continued, his words rhythmic and deliberate. "The sun that warms your skin shines upon the distant oceans and the tallest peaks." The Buddha paused, allowing his disciples the space to contemplate the profound simplicity of his words and their transformative impact. "Do not rush in search of answers. Instead, sit with the questions, letting them unfold with patience and introspection," he suggested. Ananda clutched the jasmine flower, tears streaming freely as understanding bloomed within his heart. "Thank you, Master," he murmured, voice heavy with gratitude. "Choose not hastily nor blindly, but with the integrity of a quiet mind and a courageous heart willing to embrace its truth," he instructed. The disciples bowed in gratitude, their doubts replaced by the seeds of inspiration planted by the Buddha's wise counsel. The setting sun bathed the forest in golden light, symbolizing the hope and clarity emerging within the hearts of the gathered seekers. In silence, the Buddha continued to sit beneath the Bodhi tree, his presence both profound and humble in its unyielding strength. "We are like flowers, each unique yet tied to the same soil, the same winds, the same sun," Siddhartha said, his voice carried through the garden, intertwining with birdsong and the rustle of leaves. Disciples nodded, their minds rippling with revelation, their spirits rising like dawn's light touching the earth. Siddhartha's gaze lingered on Ananda, now serene and grounded, his isolation replaced by belonging. "You are not an island, Ananda," Siddhartha concluded, his words measured and resolute. "You are the sea, vast and connected." The disciples bowed in reverence, hearts swelling with gratitude, souls brimming with light. The disciples leaned closer, Captivated by the image of the flower rising unstained above the murky waters it called home, the mud nourishes the lotus, yet it remains unblemished, reaching upward toward the light that guides its blossoming, he said. Observe this sapling, fragile yet unyielding, determined to rise despite the challenges of its growth, Buddha instructed. The disciples' eyes followed Buddha's gesture, their thoughts weaving connections between the sapling and their own struggles. The disciples reflected on his words, understanding the profound connection between the flower's journey and their own struggles. Life offers us mud, challenges, sorrows, and doubts, but from it, we may rise, if we embrace both light and shadow, he continued. To live with intention is not to escape the mud but to transform it into the foundation of growth, he said. He gestured to the pond, where the still water reflected the blossoms above and the roots hidden in the depths below. The mud is not our enemy. It is the mirror of life's truths, shaping who we are and who we become, he remarked. Ananda asked, Master, what if the mud feels overwhelming, pulling us down instead of lifting us toward the light? The Buddha smiled, his compassion evident in the gentleness of his response. Ananda, the mud feels heavy only when resisted. Do not fight the mud. Accept its presence, for it holds the lessons necessary for your growth and understanding, he advised. In acceptance, you find strength, and in strength, you rise. Just as the lotus reaches upward despite its murky beginnings, he added. Ananda closed his eyes. The weight of separation lifted. The universe now within his grasp, the Bodhi tree stood silent. Its wisdom vast, its roots deep, its leaves trembling with truths born by Siddhartha's voice. Your light need not be grand or perfect. It need only be true, reflecting the authenticity of your heart's intentions, he added. The disciples nodded, inspired by the lotus's quiet determination and the profound symbolism it offered for their own lives. In the lotus's journey lies the essence of intention, embracing both mud and light, rising toward purpose without fear or hesitation, he said. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying the Buddha's words to the disciples' hearts, where they planted seeds of transformation. The sun dipped lower, its light golden, its warmth embracing all beings equally. Ananda held the flower close, no longer seeing himself as separate, but as part of the fragrant garden, the endless cosmos. Still your thoughts, listen deeply to your inner voice, and you will hear the whispers guiding you toward your light, he said. The disciples pondered his words, realizing that intention begins not with answers but with a willingness to embrace uncertainty and reflection. Siddhartha's voice blended with the garden's song, a melody of interconnectedness, eternal in its truth. The disciples rose, their steps light, their spirits lifted, their hearts united by the teachings of Siddhartha. His words lingered like the ripples in the water, touching each disciple with the profound simplicity of their universal truth. A bird's song filled the morning air, its melody rising above the pond, a reminder of freedom found in authenticity. The Bodhi tree stood still, its wisdom infinite, its roots deep within the soil. The garden breathed, its pulse steady, its presence comforting, its truths eternal. The disciples nodded, feeling the weight of their doubts lighten as the Buddha's teachings offered clarity and hope for their paths. To live with intention is to rise above doubt, embracing your light even as you navigate the mud of life, he said. The sun rose, painting the sky in warm hues. Siddhartha and his disciples walked to the edge of a flowing stream. The sound of rushing water filled the air, calming their minds. Ananda, carrying an empty bowl, gazed at the sparkling currents. Siddhartha paused and gestured toward the stream, his eyes serene and thoughtful. Fill the bowl with water from the stream, he said. Ananda stepped forward, carefully kneeling to dip the bowl into the rushing waters. The bowl filled quickly, clear and pure. Ananda returned to Siddhartha, holding the bowl before him with reverence. "Here is the water, Master," Ananda said softly. Siddhartha took the bowl, studying the water as it swirled and settled within the vessel. "Tell me, Ananda," Siddhartha began, his voice gentle yet probing. "Is this water separate from the stream from which it came?" Ananda hesitated, his brow furrowing in thought, unsure of how to respond. "The water is here, Master, no longer flowing with the stream," Ananda replied, his tone uncertain. Siddhartha nodded slowly, his gaze shifting between the water and Ananda. "Does the water cease to belong to the stream because it rests here?" Siddhartha asked. Ananda tilted his head, considering the question carefully. "No, Master. Its essence is still that of the stream," Ananda answered. Siddhartha smiled faintly, the corners of his mouth lifting ever so slightly. "As the stream flows endlessly, the water within it belongs to something greater," Siddhartha said. His words carried the weight of truth, sinking deeply into the hearts of his disciples. "So too are you, Ananda, a drop within the vast current of life," Siddhartha continued. Ananda's eyes widened as he began to see beyond the surface of Siddhartha's teaching. The bowl of water seemed to shimmer with newfound significance. Each drop flows together, forming the stream, carrying life, nourishing all that it touches, Siddhartha said, his voice steady. Ananda knelt beside the stream once more, allowing the water from the bowl to rejoin the rushing current. "The stream welcomes what was always its own," Siddhartha said, watching the water disappear. "To feel apart is to forget the essence you share with all," Siddhartha added. The disciples nodded, their understanding deepened by the simple yet profound demonstration. The stream flowed on, a living metaphor for existence. Siddhartha stepped closer to Ananda, resting a hand lightly on his shoulder. "Do you feel separate now, Ananda?" Siddhartha asked. "No, Master," Ananda whispered, his voice filled with awe and newfound clarity. Siddhartha's eyes glowed with approval, a silent acknowledgement of Ananda's realization. The group stood in silence, letting the stream's song carry Siddhartha's teachings. The sun climbed higher, its rays reflecting off the water, dancing like golden threads woven by unseen hands. "The stream does not judge its drops," Siddhartha said, his voice calm. "Each is vital, and each belongs." Ananda's heart felt lighter, as though the weight of isolation had been carried away by the current. "Even when apart, the water carries the memory of its source," Siddhartha said. His words lingered like the whisper of the wind. The disciples began to see themselves in the flow, their hearts no longer confined by the illusion of separateness. Siddhartha walked along the stream's edge, his presence as steady as the flow of the water. The stream's murmur became a symphony of understanding, its rhythm echoing the interconnectedness Siddhartha revealed. Birds sang above, their melodies harmonizing with the natural hymn. The earth seemed to hum in agreement, a silent witness to the lesson. Ananda breathed deeply, feeling the stream's pull, its connection, its unity with the greater whole. Siddhartha watched his disciples, their faces transformed by realization, their spirits uplifted by truth. "The stream carries all without discrimination," Siddhartha said, his voice firm yet soothing. "So too must you embrace all within your heart." Ananda gazed at Siddhartha, his eyes brimming with gratitude and enlightenment. They walked together, their steps in harmony, the stream a constant companion on their journey. The water's surface glistened, reflecting their faces as they passed. "The stream is a mirror," Siddhartha said, revealing the unity within diversity. The disciples smiled, their hearts filled with peace, their minds unburdened by the illusion of separateness. Siddhartha paused once more, kneeling by the stream, his hand reaching into the water. He lifted a handful, letting it flow through his fingers, The water's journey is endless, Siddhartha said, watching the droplets return to their source. Yet it remains part of the whole. Ananda watched in silence, the truth sinking deeper with each passing moment. The stream nourishes the earth, the trees, the animals, and as Siddhartha said, its touch is universal, its reach infinite. The disciples bowed their heads, acknowledging the wisdom in Siddhartha's words. As the sun dipped lower, the stream continued its journey, carrying Siddhartha's teachings with it. They returned to their resting place, their hearts united, their minds serene. The stream's whisper lingered in their ears, a reminder of the lesson learned, the truth revealed. Siddhartha's gaze swept across his disciples, his eyes filled with quiet pride and boundless compassion. You are never alone, Siddhartha said, his voice resolute. The stream flows within you, and you flow within the stream. The disciples bowed deeply, their hearts swelling with gratitude. The light of the setting sun bathed the group, illuminating their faces, their spirits glowing with interconnectedness. They sat together, their breaths synchronized, their souls intertwined with all that is. Siddhartha's presence was a beacon, guiding them toward unity, toward the endless stream of existence. The stream flowed on, carrying their understanding, their connection, their belonging. The water shimmered with the glow of truth. Siddhartha's words became etched in their hearts, their minds, their very beings, a constant source of solace and strength. Ananda closed his eyes, feeling the stream's embrace, the universe's gentle pull. The disciples rested in silence, the air alive with the essence of Siddhartha's teachings, their bond with the world renewed. Night fell, stars reflecting in the stream, each a drop in the vast ocean of existence. The stream's song carried them to sleep, its rhythm a lullaby of interconnectedness, of belonging, of peace. Siddhartha remained awake, his eyes fixed on the stars, his thoughts as vast as the cosmos. The stream and its teachings would carry on, flowing through the lives of all who listened, all who believed. Siddhartha's legacy would endure, a river of truth, carving paths through the hearts of humanity. Ananda dreamed of the stream, its currents carrying him, lifting him, embracing him, a part of its eternal flow. The disciples awoke with the dawn, their spirits renewed, their hearts aligned with the stream's rhythm. Siddhartha smiled as they gathered, his presence calm, his wisdom a gift freely given, a light in the darkness. The stream flowed ever onward, its journey endless, its connection unbroken, a mirror of life's eternal truths. Another day, another journey beneath the vast heavens. Siddhartha led his disciples along a winding path under a moonlit sky. The soft glow of the moon bathed the earth, casting silver shadows that danced gently among the trees. The air was filled with the hum of crickets, the night alive with a quiet, sacred energy. Siddhartha stopped at a clearing where the stars shone brightly above, their light endless and serene. The teachings of the Buddha settled into the hearts of all who had listened, a sacred gift to carry forward. The disciples dispersed for the evening, their minds quiet, their spirits enriched by the wisdom they had absorbed. Ananda, let us sit, Siddhartha said, lowering himself onto the cool grass. The disciples followed, forming a circle, their faces lit by the moon's gentle glow. The moon you see, Siddhartha began, gesturing upward, borrows its light from the sun, reflecting it across the night. Ananda listened intently, his eyes fixed on Siddhartha, his mind hanging on every word. The moon illuminates the earth, Siddhartha continued, yet its light is not its own. It is shared, given freely, without demand. Siddhartha's voice carried through the clearing, his tone steady and full of quiet wisdom. But Master, Ananda interjected, is the moon not alone in the vastness of the sky, isolated and distant from all it touches? Siddhartha's gaze softened, a knowing warmth in his eyes as he turned toward Ananda. The moon is never alone. Ananda, Siddhartha said, his voice resonant with assurance. It is bound to the sun, the earth, the stars, and all life. The disciples leaned closer, their breaths synchronized with the calm rhythm of Siddhartha's words. The moon's light reaches every peak, every valley, every living being, connecting it to the vast tapestry of existence, Siddhartha explained. Ananda nodded slowly, the weight of Siddhartha's words sinking deeply into his heart. The moon shines because it receives, Siddhartha said, his voice tender, and in receiving, it becomes a giver, a beacon in the night. Siddhartha lifted his hand, his fingers tracing the edge of the moon in the sky above. Ananda, imagine the light of kindness, Siddhartha said, shared between souls like the moon shares its light with the earth. Ananda closed his eyes, the image vivid in his mind, his heart stirring with understanding. Kindness, like light, is never diminished by sharing, Siddhartha said, his tone steady, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon. It grows, connecting all who receive it, weaving a web of belonging, a fabric of unity. Through her mindfulness, Sujata embraced impermanence, finding joy even in loss and gratitude even in fleeting moments, he said. His words touched each disciple deeply, stirring reflections on their own lives, their own attachments and fears. Joy is not the absence of sorrow. It is the light that shines even in the shadow of impermanence. The disciples bowed their heads slightly, their minds reverberating with the truth carried within the tale of Sujata and her journey. And though the moon may not banish all darkness, its presence lessens its hold, offering solace in the night. Ananda sighed deeply, the truth of Siddhartha's words weaving through his thoughts, his heart swelling with clarity. You are like the moon, Ananda, Siddhartha said, his voice kind, reflecting the light of others, sharing it with the world. Ananda bowed his head, gratitude washing over him, his soul lighter for the wisdom Siddhartha had shared. The moon's journey is endless, its cycle constant, its light never its own, yet always a gift to others, Siddhartha said. The stars above, Siddhartha continued, are like sparks of connection, threads in the vast fabric of the cosmos. The disciples gazed upward, their eyes drawn to the glittering expanse, their spirits lifted by Siddhartha's words. The light of the stars travels through the dark, touching countless lives, though they may never see its source, Siddhartha said. Ananda inhaled deeply, his chest rising as he felt the interwoven nature of all things, the moon, the stars, the earth. They are all part of the same eternal dance, each essential, each connected, Siddhartha concluded. The disciples sat in silence, the weight of Siddhartha's teaching sinking into their souls. Master, Ananda whispered, how can I become like the moon, reflecting light, offering solace, yet remaining humble in the vastness of life? Siddhartha's gaze met Ananda's, his eyes calm, his presence unwavering. To be like the moon, Ananda, is to recognize the light within yourself, borrowed from the kindness of others, Siddhartha said. Share that light freely, without pride, without expectation, and you will illuminate the world. Ananda's heart swelled with understanding, his spirit buoyed by Siddhartha's words, his mind alight with new purpose. The moon does not choose who receives its light, Siddhartha said, his tone firm. It shines for all, without exception. Likewise, your kindness must be unconditional, your light shared with all who walk the path, near and far, Siddhartha added. Ananda nodded, his chest rising with resolve, his soul uplifted by Siddhartha's timeless wisdom. The clearing fell silent, the disciples breathing as one, their hearts united by Siddhartha's teaching, their souls intertwined. The moon hung high above, its light soft yet powerful, a reflection of the truth Siddhartha had shared. The journey of light is endless. Ananda, Siddhartha said, his voice resonant, and in its journey, it connects all who receive it. The disciples rose as one, their spirits united, their hearts glowing with the light of understanding. They walked along the moonlit path, their steps light, their souls unburdened, their connection to all things renewed. The moon watched silently, its glow steady, its presence eternal, a symbol of the interconnectedness of all beings. Siddhartha's gaze lingered on the moon, his heart content, his teachings a reflection of its timeless truth. The disciples felt the moon's light upon their faces, its warmth a reminder of Siddhartha's eternal wisdom. The night enveloped them, its embrace gentle, its silence profound, its rhythm aligned with the truths Siddhartha had shared. Ananda looked upward, the moon no longer a distant orb, but a part of himself, a part of all. The stars twinkled above, their light a silent affirmation of Siddhartha's teaching, their presence a thread in the vast tapestry of existence. The disciples rested beneath the stars, their breaths synchronized, their hearts united, their souls radiant. The moonlight bathed the earth, its touch gentle yet powerful, its essence eternal, a reflection of the infinite truths of life. Siddhartha sat silently, his presence calm, his teachings echoing in the hearts of his disciples. The path ahead stretched endlessly, its journey a reflection of the endless flow of light, of kindness, of connection. Siddhartha's disciples followed him, their steps guided by his wisdom, their souls illuminated by his eternal light. The night lingered, its song quiet yet profound, its rhythm a reminder of the dance of existence, of interconnectedness. Siddhartha's teachings became the light within them, a beacon guiding them through the shadows, through the vastness of life. The disciples walked onward, their spirits lifted, their hearts aglow, their connection to all things unbroken and eternal. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.